Question 4. How did you use media technologies in the construction and planning, research and evaluation stages? Throughout the entire project, from the pre-production stages where the planning and research took place, to the production of the products, all the way to post-production and this very evaluation, technology has been extremely useful and effective. Firstly, the most effective and useful piece of media technology running throughout the whole process was the website Blogger. Blogger is a blog publishing service that permits private or multi-user blogs with time-recorded entries. At first, I found Blogger hard to operate, as previous to this point, I had not used or been exposed to blogging on the internet. However, the site is user-friendly, and I was soon able to explore its many uses and properties. Blogger came in useful at an early stage of the project. When researching and planning our products, we were able to publish our findings and documents in a safe and easily accessible location. Not only was I able to post my work here for myself to keep on track, but my fellow members of my group, as well as my teachers and other staff, could also keep up to date and track my progress, making everything far easier to manage. The fact that it was on the internet was also significant, as if I had published my work on paper, other members of my group, as well as my teachers, wouldn't be able to view it, as I may be using that specific section of my work. In addition, when producing written work, rather than electronic, only one copy is made. Therefore, if that piece of work is lost, it cannot be used, as it hasn't been backed up anywhere. Therefore, the fact that Blogger can be accessed by anyone at any time, work isn't lost as it is in a safe and secure place online. In terms of the actual content which can be posted on the blogs, it was very easy to find the correct pieces of work you were looking for, as when making a post, it will record the time and date of that post. Blogger was extremely useful in the research and planning stage of the project, as content from other websites, such as images and videos, can be used and uploaded. The first example of this would be the website Trailer Addict. In order to understand the conventions of films relating to the specific genre of my film, Torment, it was crucial that I undertook research into what made a horror thriller film truly great. Therefore, I researched films of that genre through the search engine Google, before analysing a number of trailers of that genre. I then uploaded these trailers from Trailer Addict onto my blog, easily and without problem. This was very useful, as the person reading the information on Blogger could see the trailer as I was analysing it. If Blogger was unable to embed videos from Trailer Addict, the person reading the post wouldn't have any idea what it was I was analysing. The connection between Blogger and YouTube was also important throughout the pre-production stages, for very much the same reason. However, it was even more helpful for my evaluation stage. This was because, firstly, I was able to embed videos from YouTube onto my blog, including my final trailer, as well as the videos I have produced for this evaluation. Without Blogger being able to embed videos, I wouldn't be able to form this very evaluation right now. This importance of allowing videos to be embedded onto Blogger was even more important when, for most of this project, YouTube was actually blocked at my school, meaning that we weren't able to use it. Therefore, the fact that Blogger was able to embed videos was crucial, not just from YouTube, but sites that were very similar. In addition, looking at YouTube far more closely, this site did not only aid the project with its interconnection with Blogger, but through YouTube I was able to actually produce an even better trailer for my film. This was because, following the completion of the first draft, it was uploaded to YouTube in order for it to receive feedback. This was an extremely beneficial exercise, as through the feedback I gained from the people commenting on the video, I was able to alter a number of aspects, making the trailer far better. In addition, the positive feedback was also well received, as those aspects which people liked, we either kept the same, as they had received such warm praise, or tweaked in order to make the aspect they liked even greater. In terms of gained feedback, the first draft of our film trailer was also uploaded to the social networking site, Facebook. Not only was Facebook beneficial for the feedback we generated, which was, likewise to YouTube, very positive and helpful, but Facebook also came in handy for another purpose. As everyone in my group and class have Facebook, any advice or guidance between each other could be easily gained, as messages and comments can be sent easily. We were also able to contact people through Facebook if, for example, someone wasn't answering their phone or text. Another aspect of Facebook which was also useful was the event creator, which was very helpful, as if a filming day was scheduled, it could be recorded on Facebook as an event and would warn that person that it was imminent. Likewise to Facebook, another social networking site which aided my project was Twitter. This was because if I needed advice or guidance, I could easily notify other members of my team or even the teacher involved in this lesson. Another way we communicated as a team was through the school's portal, an email program, whereby files and Word documents could be sent easily from one member to another. We often utilised this as a team. The portal was also a beneficial piece of media technology, as work we had undertaken at school could be located and downloaded at home with ease. This helped as we weren't inconvenienced in any way if we hadn't printed off the work we had produced at school. Memory sticks were sometimes used to transport electronic documents from home to school and vice versa. However, only a handful of computers in the school allow the use of memory sticks, making the media technology of the portal, Facebook, Twitter and Blogger even more important. The media technology I used in order to record footage from my trailer was very similar to this one shown here. It came in very useful when capturing the footage, as it was very easy to perform techniques such as zooming in and out. Another aspect of this video camera I utilised was its night vision. Not only did it help when we were restricted by the amount of light, but the footage gained when using night vision linked to the genre of Torment, which is horror thriller, as it made the characters look mysterious and scary. In terms of pictures taken for my ancillary tasks, a camera, such as this one, was used. It gave a high quality image demonstrated by my many images on my magazines and posters. In terms of the post-production stage of the project, whereby my trailer and ancillary tasks were edited, media technologies played a huge part. In terms of editing the footage from my trailer, I used an Apple Mac and a program situated on it called Final Cut Pro. Through this program, I was able to manipulate the footage easily and effectively. Examples of the site's traits which helped edit the footage was firstly the fading out transition, which I used a number of times throughout my trailer in order to make the ending of the clips far smoother as they flowed into one another. Another aspect of the program was the ability to crop the clips so that the desired length could be found. I found this extremely useful, as I often shortened clips to be around 2 seconds long so that it gave a fast, frenetic pace could be achieved. Through this program, I could also speed up or slow down clips and audio so that it matched what I wanted. All in all, this piece of media technology was very useful in the editing stage of the project. Another program used in order to edit my trailer, which can also be found on an Apple Mac, is GarageBand. This was also useful. I was able to create a range of sound which would accompany my trailer. I used a range of jingles and other sound clips in order to create a piece of music which matched the video clips I had already assembled. This was also a crucial stage, as I wanted to make sure that the sound I used matched conventions of real media products. Through GarageBand, I was able to create a really good sense of music. The final program I used in order to enhance my trailer was another program found on the Apple Macs, Motion. This also came in very useful. I was able to create text which looks aesthetically pleasing, as well as have a professional touch due to the transitions that I was able to create. The transitions on this program were called behaviors. I experimented with a number of these behaviors before sticking on one which I used throughout the trailer on virtually every piece of text. This text created on Motion gained positive feedback from the focus group from my first draft. In terms of editing my ancillary text, I use the program Adobe Photoshop in order to edit my pictures and Serif Page Plus in order to create the fonts and general structure of my magazine and poster. These are shown here and here. Although we had used both programs previously in AS Media Studies, I found them hard to grasp at first, as I kept making mistakes when cutting out my pictures with the crop tool. However, before long, I was able to crop pictures accordingly and appropriately with the lasso tool. Images were easier to manipulate with Adobe Photoshop, making my ideas which I had planned become a reality. Serif Page Plus was also useful. I was able to structure the text I wanted in a clear and concise way. In terms of the evaluation of my project, I used the media technology Hypercam. This is a free downloadable piece of software which helps to screen record whatever you want on your screen. I utilize this as I have used this piece of software in order to evaluate my entire evaluation.